What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Dermy Wormy. I'm coming at you with a new installment into the G Gundam reviews. Man, I really needed this. This is not one of my favorite shows. It has a great battle towards the end, and it does have some development that Domo needs. Serious development, and a serious wake-up call. But I needed this episode. Why did I need this episode? I needed this episode because I watched Velma. And you can go get all those on my Velma review. But I needed something good. I needed something that isn't just like South Park, which I watch weekly just to watch, or My Hero Academia, which is by far fantastic. I needed something that is like soul food, and that's what G Gundam is for me. It is a food for the soul. It is something that I know very well. It's something that I will watch just to watch. And I needed this show. And this is a good example of just a show people can sit down and love. You don't have to like the story. Hell, the story isn't even that great from time to time. But it's fantastic. And it's not trying to be anything edgy or special or anything like that. It's such a fun show. And I just wanted to say that before we got into this episode. Because, my God, we have such awful stuff to watch right now and potentially watch. So let me get us out of the intro real quick. Because I watched it on my media player, not my VLC. Now I'm over on VLC because VLC has this fun little thing where, if I can do it right, I can go frame by frame. Wait, why? That was volume. I don't know why I was trying to up my volume, but I can go frame by frame. I don't use this mode a whole lot in here because it hopped everything. But anyways, so we open on the crew, basically just acknowledging what happened last episode. What happened, acknowledging just the destruction, the chaos, and how awful the thing was that they just saw. How big and menacing it was, and how it was literally a monster. And what they're discussing is the Dark Gundam. How destructive it was, how menacing it was, and how overall terrifying it was for all of them. And as we're sitting there, as the crew, the Shuffle Alliance is just watching, looking on at the destruction, the wake, kind of having to come to grips with everything that happens, they all just go their own way. They leave. Starting with Chippity, Saisaishi, then George, all saying goodbye. And it's really weird. They all just disappear. And the final one to leave is Argo, who turns around and before he walks away, just stares at Domon. And in this moment, you don't get Argo saying anything. Argo says nothing this entire episode. Probably a good thing. A lot of the Shuffle Alliance don't really talk. This is a Domon episode. Back to Domon. Back to our old Domon, who's very single-minded. Argo looks upon Domon, and this look is not, this is a look from a man who's hurt at another man who's struggling. A man who has faced great hardship, has done some awful things, and has seen some crap, looking at another man who's struggling right now. And just acknowledges it, and walks away. Because Argo knows that look. Argo acknowledges that look. If you've seen the Argo episodes, if you've seen my love for Argo Golfsky, he is not a normal man. He's not a normal fighter. He has a reason for fighting. And right now he sees Domon as struggling and needs to go through some stuff on his own. I like that a little bit. And Domon's just there, furious with the world. We get our intro where our narrator, the let's get things ready guy, says, hey, Domon's just coming to grass, rage filled because of Master Asia, and then brings up questions of who is Schwarzbruder and his extremely powerful Gundam. And I'm not gonna lie, I freaking love Schwartz. Second favorite character. Love Shadow Gundam, Spiegel Gundam in Japanese. And I think he is one of the coolest characters out there. And he's today's opponent. How are they going to impact Domon's life? Get things going. Okay. So after the title sequence, whose episode name I don't even remember because they always show it in Japanese, and when it was going on TV and when you can get a copy of it for Blu-ray or DVD, they actually have it translated and stuff, but they don't have it translated here. I'm not going to lie. A lot of this episode's goofy. It towards about a quarter in, it starts getting less goofy, gets pretty goofy again, then gets serious. Because I don't remember if it continues with this. We have Master Asia and the Dark Gundam and Kyoji somewhere in here, we know, basically leading Domon to a trap this whole episode. Master Asia is commanding the Dark Army troops, the Dark Army soldiers, all of them, and is telling them how they are going to capture Domon and just use the surrounding areas to their advantage. Part of it's also because Master Asia taught Domon. He knows who Domon is. He knows Domon's going to come straight to them. He knows Domon very well. And he's right, because Domon does that. This episode is all about Domon basically going back to his ways prior, single-minded, kind of emotional, very hyper, and just let's go, let's go, let's go. Doesn't take anything else into consideration. You know, like back in the old episodes when he wanted to go do something, he wasn't listening to Rain. He wasn't listening to anybody else. He just wanted to go fight. He wanted to go fight. He wanted to go fight. After all of the past Tokyo, Shinjuku, whatever you want to call it, arc, after all of that, when you got those moments where he was listening to Master Asia, where he was growing as a person, showing more emotion, showing more character growth, he's back to his old ways because he's hurt again. He just wants to get it over with and get the emotions out. So, and that's what Master Asia's banking on. We cut back to the city where we see Rain is taking care of some of the people because she's a doctor, and everybody basically comes by and says goodbye to her. I don't really know why, but they all wave goodbye except for Saisaishi. And I get a interesting moment from this because Saisaishi gets chewed out by Seiyujin and Keijin. I think that's how you say it, and I don't remember which one's which. But he gets chewed out for not wanting to go train and prepare for the Dark Gundam and just eating and relaxing like a kid. And Saisaishi says, it's not a big deal. Kind of blows it off. It becomes kind of worrisome, you know? You see these people who are now part of the Shuffle Alliance just blowing off the fact that you have this uber monster out there. And it kind of is, they don't want to address it. They're scared of it. And we'll get some development on that in the upcoming episodes, but they're terrified of everything. We say goodbye. We then get a weird moment where George's butler kisses Rain's hand. Basically, George's goodbye. Okay. And George's butler tells George to go ahead and give his thanks to Rain, and she notices Domon and runs off after her. And that's that. Domon hops into his Corlander, prepared to go off and basically fight Master Asia. Rain's pleading with him to calm down. You need a rest. You know, you just got done with these uber battles. Like, this is immediately after everything. The Dark Gundam's faded from the face of the earth. You need to calm down. You don't know where you're going. And Domon's single response is, hey, gotta go. Just goes. He has to go. He has to go fight. And he's trying to think of where the heck Master Asia is. We cut back to Master Asia. I'm not lying. This is a goofy episode for a good part of the time. Master Asia, I don't know how he's doing this. They don't explain us how, and that's a knock. Master Asia, watching upon Domon's every move somehow, begins to utilize his plan, and his plan is to basically send fakes of himself, if I can get that shot just right, all over the place to lead Domon to where he wants to go. Because he acknowledges that he knows that Domon's just going to want to fight him. So he has a bunch of fakes out there leading him to where he wants to go. Simple as that. Domon just keeps following, wanting to get to Master Asia. Master Asia's laughing because he's playing him like a fool, playing him like a puppet, because he knows every move that Domon would take. But it's all interrupted when Schwarzbruder appears in the middle of the road as Domon's heading to following Master. Domon, trying to evade, spins out of control, crashes, and we get a new reveal of Schwarzbruder being uber cool Ninja Man. I love this dude. I love this dude because he's also insightful in unique ways. He becomes I'm trying to explain what kind of character he is for Domon without giving away too much. He becomes a new master figure. Without fully taking on the mantle of being a master, he starts guiding Domon in a unique way in only a handful of episodes, but he's very impactful on Domon as a whole. Domon recognizes him. They have a heart-to-heart, and they start talking. And it ultimately comes down to Schwartz tells him, you can't win. You need to calm down. You're acting like a fool. You're playing into Master's hands. He's basically controlling you like a puppet. And Schwartz looks up, and in this moment you get this idea of Schwartz sees everything. He knows more than he lets on, but who is this mysterious man? We don't know. Master Asia also doesn't know and is basically freaked out at the idea that Schwartz knows everything. Schwartz knows his plans. Schwartz knows that Master Asia is controlling everything. And Master Asia's freaked out about that. Like, who is this dude? How does he know so much? Schwartz tells Domon that, hey, you need to quit. If you want to fight, then fight me. So they go head to head real quick, and Schwartz easily takes him down. Just super fast, takes him down without even a care in the world. And Schwartz tells Domon something that Domon kind of needed. All the way up until the Shinjuku arc. No. Because even in earlier episodes, he kind of lost, but it was more draws. Schwartz tells Domon that, hey, you're kind of a crappy fighter. You're not good. You've been getting by so far by simply just being better than other people, but that's not good enough. You need to be basically a master fighter. You need to get so much better if you want to ever have a chance of even taking on Master. And he doesn't accept that from Schwartz, gets knocked down again. Schwartz tells him all over again that, hey, you're crap, and I'm going to show you how crap you are. Schwartz rushes him, does one of those cool, samurai tricks, the anime tricks that we all know, like quick movement. You don't get to see it, but you see the aftermath. Oh, excuse me. as he slides the sword. He barely even removes the sword ever, but he slides it back in. And you see as he cuts down an entire tree, he tells Domon that if you ever want... He tells Domon basically, you need to learn how to use this sword, how to let this sword do what it needs to do. And once you figure that out, you will be able to battle master on an evil playing field, and you'll be able to beat the Dark Gundam. Until then, Schwartz is his opponent. If you ever want to fight, just call Schwartz up. Domon rushes at Schwartz, wanting to fight some more, and Schwartz disappears. Rain stumbles upon them at that moment, and Master Asia is kind of relieved at the fact that Schwartz is gone, but still is furious that Schwartz just has this ability to know so much about everything. Like he's so concerned about that. By the way, I love this art. Just look at this moment. This is angry, shocked Master. We cut back to just Domon on the beach, contemplating everything Schwartz said. Hey, am I really a crappy fighter? Hey, am I really all this stuff? And getting frustrated and furious and thinking, well, he's not crappy fighter, and if he ever needs anything, he has the super mode. The super mode. The super mode. I forgot to mention that earlier. Like, a lot of his plans to battle Master Asia and beat Master Asia and the Dark Gundam revolve around the super mode. He thinking the super mode's all that and all this, and that he's just going to rely on the super mode. And in Domon's frustration, he pulls out the sword, goes to swipe down a tree just like Schwartz does, and gets nowhere. In fact, just tears into this tree, doesn't even cut it, and he acknowledges that, hey, the sword's rusted and dull. It's beat up. It's a piece of junk, for lack of a better term. And he's kind of shocked that, hey, Schwartz was able to cut down an entire tree with this crappy sword. So how did he do that? Get a little shot of Rain as she's getting information on everything and how she's worried about Domon doing his old thing. And we then hear the only information we have on Schwartz, the only information Tokyo has, and the only information they have on who Schwartz is. Only information we get for a long time. Turns out, it appears that Schwartz is from, well, we know Germany, and nobody's ever seen his face. Nobody knows what he looks like. And at the beginning of the tournament, that's actually a good look for larval mode Dark Gundam. At the beginning of the tournament, he battled what appeared to be the Dark Gundam, disappeared and didn't reappear until last episode, basically. Like, that was his reappearance in the tournament as a whole. So he's been gone for that long of time. He's so mysterious that not even his own country has ever seen his face. All that being said, Domon says he really doesn't care, and that he's just going to go on to battle Master Gundam because he has his trump card, the super mode. The super mode, the super mode. His trump card. I'm really hitting on the super mode for something that the show injects. I kind of wish it didn't, because they have this really bad thing of just showing the super mode or half-powered super modes and not really telling you if he's ever in super mode. Halfway point. Domon again saying, hey, he has a super mode. It's his key to victory. It's his key to everything. It's super powerful. Relies just on his emotions, and he'll be able to beat Master Asia. Rain hurries up, speeds up to Domon, tells him to just knock it off, and Domon says, nope, he's going to do it. And in that moment, you get another one of Master's tricks coming after him, and Master's just playing the game all over again. Getting Domon to fall right into his hand. saying, hey, he's just playing into my hand. He's doing everything you're not supposed to do in the art of war, and I'm just manipulating him like a puppet on the string. Domon keeps heading there. Master Asia plans on ambushing him, falling right into a trap. They get to a whole new area. This is probably going to be a very quick review, honestly, because not a whole lot happens till just about now. Rain notices a fork in the road. Domon says, in the art of war, so he knows the art of war, and that's basically your clue, and I can't speak for some reason, that Master Asia has been playing this whole time, because he knows that Domon knows how to conduct the art of war, so he's leading him down the trap, just following every move, knows every move before Domon's gonna make it. So, in the art of war, you always take the upper road to get the upper hand, and Domon says that's where they'll find Master Asia. So they take the upper road. They stumble upon what they think, from a distance, are Master Gundams, multiples, but in reality, it's Master Dark Army. I don't like the look of these guys. I really don't. But at the same time, they're kind of funny. And they are also a hint at some of the capabilities of the Dark Army. The Dark Army has multiple forms. They have multiple units. And this is, even though these are goofier looking ones, they have multiple forms. So, in that moment, they're shocked at the recognition of fake Master Gundams. Master Asia says you fell right into the trap, and tells the troops to commence battling. Rain gets damaged. Domon kind of freaks out and calls Gundam. Prepares to battle. The battle commences. Domon tells Master to show himself, and Master commands the units to just go ahead and attack. Each unit has a similar band attack as Master Asia, so Domon doesn't even know if Master Asia is even here. They then trap Domon, and Domon says, well, if you're going to do this, I'll just show you the power of the Shining Finger. And then Master Asia tells him to do it. And in that moment, they stun Domon and the Shining Gundam. They trap him. He's out of commission. Domon falls to his knees, begging Master Asia to just appear so they can battle each other. Just answer his questions, answer him. Then you hear laughter from above. And the laughter is from Schwartz and Shadow Gundam. Master Asia's shocked. Schwartz is laughing at everything, laughing at how pathetic Domon is, laughing at how much of a joke Master Asia is, and says, thank you, Domon, for just bringing him out, for tripping the trap so I can deal with them. Schwartz goes into battle and immediately slices them all and just cleans house. Schwartz, not even trying, takes all 3 units down easily, freeing Domon and basically stopping the plan from Master Asia's trap and everything. You get this cool moment of this cool shot, and I'll try to get it back again. The strings basically being attached. The puppet master losing his puppet strings. Because Schwartz was the unplanned person in this thing. Schwartz was unknown, and Schwartz knows more than we know. I know who Schwartz is. I know the secret behind Schwartz. It's freaking cool. Domon and Schwartz begin to talk. Domon basically tells Schwartz, you shouldn't have done that. What if Master was in one of those units? Schwartz tells him he's not even here. You've been playing into his hand like a fool. Domon looks upon the corpses of nothing more than Dark Army soldiers. And Schwartz again tells him you're just an idiot. You don't know what you're doing. Master Asia can play you like a fiddle. You need to get up, get better, and get stronger. Domon says, enough, I'll show you my power. Commences to begin a Gundam fight. And they fight. And in this moment, you start hearing just in their voices how different they are. Domon's struggling to basically push back at all. You know, gritting his teeth, growling, doing the thing like, hey, I'm struggling. And then you get over to Schwartz and he's not even making a sound. He's talking calmly, collected, knowing what he's doing, knowing his move, knowing what he's about to do, showing the difference. Domon's very rage-filled and is out of control in his emotions, very hyper and just wants to go, 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 go. While Schwartz is very meticulous, knows what he's doing, knows what he's planning. And with this, all he does is he kicks Domon in the side, knocking out his leg unit, as causing Domon to fall, causing Domon to trip. And in that moment, he gets behind Domon. Domon recovers, goes in for another attack. Schwartz just dodges constantly, lands a clean blow on Domon, kicks him to the ground, basically just keeps beating on him throughout this whole fight. Domon then tries to activate the shrine. Domon begins to want to say, hey, activate the super mode. He can't activate it. He's struggling to activate the super mode at all. So then he says, well, then taste the shining finger. Domon goes for a shining finger attack. And I did something. And Schwartz blocks it. Schwartz stops him in his tracks and basically beats him. Sits him down and tells him, hey, we know the outcome of this match. You're a crappy Gundam fighter. You need to get better. And I'm off. Domon basically strapped to the wall because of Schwartz's attack. Stuck to the wall like this. Unable to move. Unable to do anything. Begins thinking. Begins feeling upset and is confused of why he couldn't activate the super mode. He had his emotions out. We saw him. He was rage-filled. He had all his emotions all wild and crazy. Why couldn't he activate the super mode? Why couldn't he do anything? We've seen him use the super mode before in anger. In rage, he was able to use the super mode. In sadness, he was able to use the super mode. Every time the Dark Gundam came up, he was able to use the super mode. Why couldn't he use the super mode now? What's going on? So, in this moment, Domon's sitting there kind of sad out of his mind. Rain, acknowledging that Domon's struggling with her emotions, does the whole, oh, Domon, oh, Domon. She then looks about the battlefield and notices something. She says there were 3 units that attacked Domon. And as you can see, there's something's weird, and you can kind of tell there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And she acknowledges that, hey, there were 3 units that attacked Domon. She counts them, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. You then get a little voiceover for a moment from Master Asia, because he activates the 4th unit, and he says it in battle, adding more units is a smart idea too. So with the 4th one there, Domon pinned up against the wall, the 4th unit goes into attack. Domon freaking out, activates the super mode, and basically his final moment, freeing himself and destroying the fake master unit. Domon, now confused as to the fact that he was able to use the super mode then, but not when he was wanting to use it earlier, is kind of shocked at everything. Like, what's going on? Why could he use the super mode then and not before? Master Asia basically says, hey, in times of battle, we know when to retreat, and for today, we're going to retreat. But our battle against Domon is not over. Domon attempts to cut down another tree. Unable to do it, he then tells Rain maybe Schwartz was right. Maybe he is a crummy fighter. Maybe he is a very bad Gundam fighter. And that now he needs to go off and train. He needs to go off and get better. Rain, confused of all this, says, What are you going to do? Like, where are we going? What, your homeland? What is all this? And Domon says, hey, we're going to go to the Guyana Highlands. The place where Master Asia trained me. The place where I became a fighter. We're going to go there. And I'm going to train. And we're going to get better. So that he can take on Master Asia, the Dark Gundam. And also show Schwartz that he's a good fighter. And recognize him to himself that he's a good fighter. Episode pretty much ends there. Again, I said this earlier. This is a goofier episode, you know. Puppetry, playing into traps and everything. It's the Schwartz moments that are good. It's the Schwartz moments that help this episode out. Because Schwartz tells Domon that he needs to work. Domon's just been going on and on just simply because he's decent. He's the King of Hearts. He's a good fighter. He's a good martial artist. He can do what he needs to do, but he's not good enough. And he hasn't been able to recognize that he's just not good enough. And that's what Schwartz is there for. He's there for the tough love moments. The tough love that Domon needs to have. The toughness that Domon needs to push himself to go further. And with this, we come to a full end of the whole Shinjuku Master Asia Dark Gundam arc over in Tokyo. Comes to an end finally. Technically, it came to an end last episode, but this is like the full end. It's weird. And then next episode, we technically begin the Guyana Highlands arc, which has some good moments for everybody. Good building moments for everybody. Everybody comes up. So, with that, guys, let me get your thoughts down in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.